Welcome, everyone. This is David Morgan of the morganreport.com. And as an ambassador for LODE, I thought we would do an interview with Nick, who is the Chief Operating Officer. Nick, good to see you again. Can you give us a little background on how long you've been with the program and what the function of the Chief Operating Officer is? It's everything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, anybody who's ever worked an operations role in your life knows that basically everything is operations. I am effectively a Swiss Army knife. It's my duty and pleasure to oversee all the different departments in their operations and keep the team aligned in terms of achieving the mandate of the project. So I've got my fingers in all the pies. I've been with the project now for roughly 4.5 years. Almost 5 years, which is crazy. Never been so blessed to work with such a great team. And I'm happy to be back speaking with you again, David. It's always a pleasure to be chatting with you. And we have some really, really exciting news coming out over the course of the next quarter here. So I'm eager to jump into it.
Well, we're going to dive right in, but I got to do my little bit of foundation building, you might call it. I mean, going back, and I've been with the program pretty much from the inception, as you know. And we started with the bullion engine. Basically when we started with silver only, and you could only contribute silver, which I think will be unique in the annals of cryptocurrency memorabilia, or the history of. You couldn't get in with Bitcoin, you couldn't get in with fiat. You had to pledge 100 ounces or multiple thereof to participate. So we built the bullion engine. That was like step one. Step two is basically tokenizing that bullion into the system, which we've done. And now the question I've been getting, obviously, as you well know, like everyone involved, when is it going to be functional? And it's a word that, what does that mean? And it basically boils down to liquidity. And I have to start with a joke. I mean, I remember when I was working with a certified financial planner in my earlier days. And there was this joke that this woman came in and she wanted to invest. And, most people have stocks or, people that are investors, they may have some real estate, some stocks, maybe some bonds, that type of thing. Well, this lady came in with her 50,000 to invest and it was cash in a bag. And that's liquidity. So with my corny joke, Nick, let's start off with, is it true that we're getting liquidity for the token holders?
Absolutely, it is. And I'm really, really pleased to be announcing that. Coming up at the beginning of September, we are going to be enabling LODE token holders to begin cashing out their LODE tokens if they wish to. I mean, of course, we are in this for the long haul, and we believe that the token's value is just going to continue to rise over time. But yeah, we're bringing the LODE tokens to the market, and this has been a long time coming. And I think the timing is really right, given everything that's happening in the market right now.
I need to take a step back because I always try to think like what the viewer would be seeing or hearing. So you and I both know what the LODE tokens are, but explain the difference between the LODE token holders and people that just buy AGX or AUX.
For sure. So LODE tokens are utility assets that allow users to take a stake in the project. It means that you get the benefit of all the business that LODE is doing, and LODE token holders are the sole beneficiary of any profit distributions that happen within the project. So all of the subsidiaries, all of the business and great work that we do, all the excess capital or profits that are generated from that are in turn distributed amongst the LODE token holders in the form of our digital silver, AGX and AUX coins. We call these micro payouts, and they happen every 52 days. And what's really fantastic about this is that the more business we do, the more rewards in silver that you receive. So that's really a quite powerful benefit. I don't think there's anything else in the market quite like it. And it's as we begin to unveil some of the newer features and new wallets that it's coming up, there will be even more benefits that LODE token holders get to benefit from. They'll get access to certain privileges within the wallet, cooler card programs. There's really is a lot to be excited about. So that's the LODE token in essence. And then we have our digital gold and our digital silver, which are AGX and AUX respectively. Every AGX coin, as you know, David, is 1 milligram of vaulted, audited, and insured silver. And conversely, the AUX is 1 milligram of vaulted, audited, and insured gold per So these products are designed to act not just as digital bullion, but also as functional currency for your day-to-day lives. We built these so that they settle in 3 seconds or less, so that you can go to grocery stores, make payments, but also get all the benefits of regular silver and gold in its traditional format, and use it as a hedge against inflation and a way to preserve wealth for yourself.
Thank you. I think that was very clear. Just to reiterate a little bit of it, as a contributor to the project from the beginning, I pledged silver, and now I have the ability to maybe sell some of that into fiat, like that bag of cash I just joked about, or sell maybe part of it because that's what gives me the rewards. In other words, it's kind of like a yield on a bond. You can think of it in that terms. I won't use those terms specifically. So one other thing I like to know about is another question that comes up over and over. Well, you guys are over here, over there, and there's all these exchanges and everything else. So now that we've made this leap carefully, we're doing it right, not fast. Where will the LODE tokens be listed?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we are going to be listing on a DEX known as Trader Joe's. And in the blockchain world, it's a little bit different from traditional stocks, stock markets. In traditional stock markets, you pay a few $1 million to list. You pay a few $1 million for marketing, and you hope that it all goes well, and you pay for a market maker and all these things. Decentralized exchanges are kind of like the inversion of that. They allow anybody with an asset to go in and start building trading volume for their asset at almost no cost, which is one of the amazing benefits of decentralization. And this is pretty much how all projects begin creating liquidity for themselves. This is how projects that you've heard about in the news, probably things like Shiba Inu or Dogecoin, perhaps, these are where they all started to gain volume and gain notoriety before they were listed on your favorite exchanges like Binance and Coinbase and so on. And so LODE is following a similar path and methodology here. So we're going to begin on the Trader Joe decentralized exchange in the beginning of September with our LODE tokens on the Avalanche blockchain. And very rapidly, we are going to begin building liquidity and building opportunities for people to actually take their LODE tokens and add liquidity to the market as well. And we can dive into that in a little bit later or in a subsequent call. But the strategy here is to just start small and grow big. And then to make this experience as easy as humanly possible for people, since we understand that not everybody is a technologist like me, not everybody likes to get into the deep nuances of cryptocurrency, we've actually programmed the decentralized exchange inside of our wallet. So that means just by being a LODE app community member and user, you will be able to buy and sell and trade your favorite cryptocurrencies back and forth, in addition to LODE's LODE token and AGX and AUX right from within our mobile wallet ecosystem. So we've really come to the table with trying to make this as easy as humanly possible for people to get involved.
Excellent. Well, I've done a lot in the silver world, the precious metals, resources in general, but one thing about silver that's I've pounded the table on is, silver is money. And the idea to make it, and when silver is money and gold is money, they trade at basically the natural ratio. So if silver's only purpose was money and the banks saw it that way, there'd be a whole different gold-silver ratio. Having said that, now that we're able to put silver into the monetary form, meaning it's in today's modern age, it's like an Apple Pay, it's like a debit card, it's there. We know we're doing it, and you have the availability without counting out grams of silver or a partial part of a coin or any of that stuff. So I think it's absolutely brilliant. Now, I look at it as part of my toolkit. In other words, if I'm really the advocate I claim to be, then I have to use silver as money and not just stack. I need to be able to transact with it. And that's, lots of ways to do that. Let's say that you're a little upside down on your silver fiat worth. Okay, so I contributed X amount into the LODE project, but I'm getting these rewards. And so like interest on a coupon, you could just spend those. Those are coming to you because you made the commitment to the project. There's lots of ways to look at it. I look at it as ability to tip people in silver and bring silver back, and gold, of course, into the monetary realm. And the only way to do it efficiently is to do what we're doing. Are there others? Yes. Are we the best? Yes. I'm prejudiced. We are the best.
Well, I'm biased as well, and I do agree with you. And for clarity, you know, for anybody who, for perhaps this is their first time investing in a project like LODE, or doesn't have as much familiarity around what liquidity is, then it's basically the ability to buy or sell an asset quickly and easily. So the more liquidity you have, the quicker you can sell the asset without having to drive the price down to facilitate a quick sell. This is and gold and silver in physical format, while you can get liquidity, it is perhaps harder or more difficult to liquidate those assets and get without taking in perhaps a lower price than you initially put in, or below the spot of the existing moment. So by creating liquidity, we're making that ability to spend and send and cash out for whether it's US dollars or Bitcoin or whatever your favorite currency is, we're making that experience very easy for people to do. And as you mentioned, David, you know, when silver is treated as money functionally, and when it can behave as money functionally, it's like more likely to trade around that sort of natural ratio you mentioned. So as we move into the fourth quarter, and we get the markets launched and the liquidity moving, users can begin to expect to see more and more and more options about how they can spend and send and take advantage of their digital silver and their, of course, digital gold as well.
The last question, which I could answer myself, I don't want to hear from you, is when this happens, and it's coming up soon, what will my LODE tokens trade at?
Yeah, I mean, this is a really important question that people ask all the time. So when we launch the markets, and we put up new LODE tokens for sale, we are going to be following along with the bonded curve mechanic that we've used since almost the project's inception. This is an algorithmic curve that helps individuals and the project itself know when and how it's going to price the tokens as we sell into the market. Now, once this is LODE selling new assets into the market. Once early investor tokens start vesting and users begin to go to the market, and we really start to create buying and selling pressure, at that point, the free and open market is going to take over, which is a great thing, right? This project has a very strong foundation in the spirit behind decentralization, free market, behavior, and so on and so forth. We believe that the great business that we're doing and the huge amount of value and assets that LODE is accumulating and putting into effect as currency, we think this fantastic growth within the project will drive our token asset prices up. However, it's up for the market to decide. So it could go up, it could go down. You can expect to see it trade very similar to how other cryptos might trade based on the business that we're doing. So it's important to understand that once the tokens hit the free market, we're no longer in control of the price. We can, of course, sell new LODE tokens up to the max circulating supply that we have outlined in our investment terms, which I believe is 77 million. But it's up to the market to decide at what price they want to buy and what price they can sell their token at.
Well, Nick, I think we covered it. I want to keep it fairly tight. Is there anything we haven't discussed relative to this liquidity event that you'd like to add or emphasize?
Yeah, there are a couple of things. For one, this is just the beginning. We have so much more that's coming out. You've heard me mention a couple of times the new LODE app. We've completely rebuilt our app ecosystem from the ground up, the whole suite of new tools and features. So I'm looking forward to following up with you on that. We've also gone straight to the source. We're doing so much business development right now in the Latin American markets, and I'm looking forward to sharing that in future interviews as well with you, David. The other important thing as well is that members, LODE token holders, and so on understand that there will be a vesting period. So rather than flooding the market right on day one, which can easily drive a price of a token down, users and LODE token holders can expect a weekly vesting of their tokens. so that we're doing our best to create buying and selling pressure so that early investors can, of course, sell their tokens when they need to and when they want to with the highest price possible. We are committed to ensuring that our early investors receive the full benefit of their tokens and get the best possible liquidation experience they can. So do keep that in mind. We do have an article coming out which will have all the specific details. So I'll make sure that you have that, David, for distribution. And finally, I just want to close on before we wrap up, David, that there really has never been a better time in the project. We are doing so much business right now. It is unbelievable, and we are at the helm of changing the world. And I say that a lot. I say that on a lot of interviews, but I sincerely mean it in my heart of hearts. It is absolutely mind-blowing how much opportunity is coming at the project right now. So if you're new to LODE tokens, or you're interested in what the project is doing, I'd highly recommend getting in touch with our VP of Business Development, Tom Halapatz, who is, for one, a fantastic guy, but for two, can take you through the entire plethora of opportunities you have by becoming a LODE community member.
Well, Nick, thank you. I guess I'll get the final word. First of all, Tom, I mean, I can't say enough good about him. We got to spend time together down at the 121 conference, or the Money Show, rather, in Las Vegas. And then, there's a group out there, Truth Stream Media, Aaron and Melissa Dykes, and they do some really interesting work in the truther arena. But they did a big series on banking, a really excellent set of movies. And at the end of one of them, she says, change the money, change the world. And you just said, world changing. I know that sounds like a big thing, but, money is power. And if we put the power back into people's hands, then we have taken back some of the power. People say, vote with your dollars. This is the idea. The only difference is we're in modern times. We're cutting edge. We're leading the pack because we are in the modern technological, everything's done by your phone world. And we not only are there, we're pushing it further. So I will stop there, Nick. If there's anything that pops in your head you want to add on or clarify, it's back to you, and then we'll close out.
Absolutely. I'll keep it short. If you're interested in learning more about the project, head over to LODE.one. That's LODE.one. Feel free to strike up a chat with our lovely chat support who can help you get in touch with Tom. Tom's email is tomh@LODE.one. And of course, you can always find us on our social channels on Telegram and on Discord, which you can find on our website as well. And we've got a really fantastic community. We don't bite. We love to talk to new and interested people, and we hope to connect with you soon.
All right, Nick. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Take care, David. It's been a pleasure.